Hello, it's Crisandro, of course, and as you can probably tell, a little bit of a cold on me, and yeah, it's not the best of times really, but not too bad for Spurs really. I had to miss the Southampton game, even though it's literally just down the road from me. Because of the cold, I just wasn't really feeling it, because of, my malaise for this whole period that we're currently in at Spurs. I wouldn't have felt too good going there. And if the result didn't go our way, as many people actually were saying that, this is a game that we should win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go out there and get smashed by Southampton. People were saying, even though we've never actually been smashed all season. Just name a defeat and then look at the scoreline. We've lost a lot more games than we should have done, sure. That's what happens in the middle of a rebuild. I'll say it over and over again, a rebuild. But in those defeats, we never got smashed, which is why we can be in 10th place in the league, win as many games as we have and lose as many games as we have. You have a goal difference of plus 17, and the third best defence in the league, and one of the second best strike forces in the league behind Liverpool. It's why we can do that, because again, we're not clinical when it comes to taking chances. And in those games, as you know, I didn't watch the Chelsea game. I stayed at home for that one because I came straight after the Bournemouth game. I didn't want to be in the midst of any kind of I didn't want to see any fan backlash towards the team or anything like that. I was done with that. And then obviously went to see Spurs as Rangers, which is a good video. You should check that one out. And yeah, it's not too bad at all. Not too bad. We've done very, very well in that game. I'd say we did very, very well in that game, but I know a lot of people are looking at it and saying Rangers, Farmers League, this and the other. Rangers get my utmost respect. They played very well and didn't actually have their full team out. They rested a lot of their players for their cup final against Celtic. We didn't have the luxury of resting players. We had to play the players that we had, and and they did very well, which is what comes to the Southampton game that unfortunately I missed, because I do enjoy going to St Mary's, because, like I said, just literally down the road from me, and we tore them apart inside 20 minutes, didn't we? It was good to see. And yeah, I know that Russell Martin's paid with his job, but I'm on the record as saying that if they did keep Russell Martin, when I say record, I mentioned it in our group, that if we did keep Russell Martin and they do go down, they will do very well in the Championship. They'll probably dominate the Championship, and they'll come back up and they'll be a lot more stronger. They'll have the players and they'll have the finances behind them in order to get the sort of the players that he wants to play the kind of football that he wants. And they did it in the Championship, so yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? But obviously he's paid the price for that heavy defeat. And I mean, it was good to see in Spurs' case that the way we played, the way we kind of handled Southampton was fantastic. We knew it was going to be a volatile atmosphere because the Southampton fans were already on the back of Martin, so we just had to take advantage of that and sow a bit of discontent in the team. And we did that to aplomb within 30 seconds. Jed Spence, his first start for Spurs, first start in the Premier League for Spurs, and yeah, within 30 seconds, he then produces a bit of magic, turns in his own area, he carries the ball forward, not in his own area, in his own half, carries the ball forward and plays a beautiful pass to Maddison, who just had the simple task of putting the ball in the back of the net. 1-0 that was. Look at my hair, an absolute mess. Jesus Christ. And then from then on, it was just how many could you score? And we looked good. You know what I'm saying? We looked absolutely good. Looked real good. Sonny scoring and playing quite well as well. And it wasn't the score sheet. Maddison did get he scored the first, he scored the last. Sonny also, I've still got a cold, haven't I? It's just, my brain's just gone foggy. Sarr also scored one, didn't he? And Kulusevski scored as well. So, geez. Excuse me. So, yeah. So we looked good going forward, and defensively we were alright. I mean, in the second half we kind of backed off because didn't want to get any more injuries. I mean, when you consider that Udogie went down in the 27th minute, and hopefully he's fit to play on Thursday. I will go to that game, just so you know. So look out for that one. and yeah, and Spencer had to go on to left back while Porro came on. We was due a rest, but as with nearly every moment of the season where we've kind of tried to rest our fullbacks, bloody hell, they have to come on anyway because of an injury to another player. So it's crazy. It's a crazy situation we're in. I mean, we're down to 15 fit players now, and it's crazy. But the players that were on the pitch didn't disgrace themselves at all. We had a new record, if you want to keep it as record. The first team to have 4 teenagers on the pitch at the same time. That was Archie Gray, of course, 18 years old. Dorrington came on in the second half, 19. We also had Will Lancashire come on. He's had a few games with us already, 19. And Lucas Berval, our Swedish international, at the age of 18. So that's a new record for us. Breaking all kinds of records, aren't we? But yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic performance, and you would kind of like to think that if we did kind of keep going, if we had a fully fit squad and we found ourselves 5-0 up after at half time, that we would go for the jugular and try and beat our record of 9-1. Southampton are used to conceding 9 at home, and they've done it how many times so far in the Premier League. So it is something that is a scoreline that we could have hoped to try and get, but obviously we had to rest our players, we had to take it a little bit easier, and that let Southampton back in the second half. And they did have the ball in the back of the net, but that was for offside, and their striker Armstrong was causing us all kinds of problems. But we kept a clean sheet. We did very, very well. Forster didn't really have much to do, but when he was called upon, he was fantastic, and that's why Dorrington was able to be brought on, to get his first start in the Premier League for Spurs. So yeah, I mean, it feels good right now. I mean, it was a good win. I do wish I could have gone, but I do wish I could have gone, but being as ill as I am with a really bad cold, I don't really see the need to go around infecting other people as well. So I stayed at home. Had a lot of night nurse as well, and yeah, I just kind of chilled watching a very good game. And yeah, that seems to be the issue right there. That where we kind of need to get everybody back fit and fighting, so that we can try and get as far as we can in these cup competitions. I can't see it. Obviously, I did say we're not going to win the league, so the league is of no real importance to me at all. But we need to try and the last, we've got 2 games left to go in the Europa League. Augsburg and Hoffenheim, and we have to try and get victories in both games to secure our place in the top 8. And that will be, I mean, those two teams, you expect us to actually get the result there. So we shall see what happens in the hardest games that are out of the way. So let's see how we do in those. And then we've got Manchester United to come on Thursday, which I mentioned before, in the League Cup quarter-finals. And Manchester United had a good result. I mean, they came from behind with 3 minutes to go against Manchester City to win 2-1. So they're in buoyant mood as well. So it should be a cracking game. I mean, unless you're looking forward to it, seeing what this Amorim football is all about. I mean, we had a close look at it a couple of years ago in the Champions League when we played Sporting Club de Portugal, and yeah, they kind of played us off the park in the away game. They won 2-0, and they were really, really tricky in the second game. I think it was a 2-2 draw. So yeah, we know what he's all about. I don't know if he has the personnel yet to kind of put into practice what he wants. So we had to take advantage of that. But then again, we don't have the personnel right now to try and take advantage of that if we could, because we've got literally 1.5 players fit right now. But it should be an interesting game. It should be an interesting cup tie, and the players, or fit ones that are available, they're being run into the ground at the moment because they have to play nearly every game, and it is going to be probably a season of promise. They could have promised quite a bit, but the injuries have taken its toll already, I think. But we have to just try to give it a go. There's nothing else we can do. I mean, if you're going to die, we might as well go out fighting. That's where I'll say it. And let's just see what happens. But I'll try and bring some team news tomorrow. Let's see what happens with that one. Hopefully some players will be coming back. Bentancur, I think, should be available for that game. He won't be bad for that one. Because that's only just like a league thing. So he should be fit for the League Cup. And then we shall see. We got Liverpool on the weekend, but I won't even think about that just yet. It's literally all a case of trying to get through in the League Cup, and then we shall see what happens. But yeah, tomorrow brings some team news. We shall have a look at it, and then we shall see what we can do. I did actually do a little video while I was up in Glasgow called Is This Time for a Change? I was planning on doing a longer version, to sit down and talk it all through, just talk through my thinking, because I did have a little talk about this in the group as well. So yeah, at some point I will do a video on that one and get that one out, and then try and maybe just do a bit of little bit of therapy for myself, really, to try and find out what's going on really in my head. And I don't mean conspiracy theories and that and the other. You know how I do. Just literally the facts, and the facts that speak for themselves, and whether anything can mitigate those facts, or is there anything that can explain those facts. That's all I'm trying to do with that. So we will do that video at some point, and hopefully there get one or two other people involved in that one, open-minded people obviously, and then we shall go from there. But yeah, what a win over the weekend. I work here with a few Southampton fans, so I haven't actually seen them as yet, but it is near Christmas, and I would have had the time off anyway, maybe. But if I do, you best know that I shall be asking them a couple of questions. But they'll be happy that Martin's gone. Me, I'm personally not, because I think he had some good ideas, and if he was given the time, a lot more time than just a couple of seasons to implement it, then you just never know what could have happened. But that's Southampton's business. That's the route that they decided to go. Let's see how our Spurs handle their business. Bring on Thursday. But hopefully we'll get a video out tomorrow lunchtime, and we shall see what the team news is like. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about Sunday, about the Southampton game. Like, subscribe, share, and all that sort of stuff. See you again. Speak to you soon. Come on, you Spurs. You all take care.